parts of the Great Lakes, they're cashing in this winter. A place that Bain's familiar with.
Yes.
Incredible, historic amounts of lake effect snow. Cities like Holland, Michigan have been in the bullseye too, with the highest accumulations targeting the city. It sits along the eastern shore of Lake Michigan, beautiful town, and on average, every year picks up about 70 to 75 inches of snow. And it's a story that we brought you last year. It's fascinating. We wanted to revisit. Holland is unique in North America, not just the United States, the entire continent. It's home to the largest municipal snowmelt system in North America.
And Holland, Michigan Mayor Nathan Bocks is joining us now. Mayor Bocks, before we dive into that snowmelt system, I do want to kind of jump into what we've been dealing with recently, that recent devastating pileup in Zeeland, Michigan. Thankfully, not a fatal event, but Holland, it's so close to where that pileup was. Did your community feel any of those impacts over the past couple of hours, really the past 24 hours?
We absolutely did. We had some of our residents who were stuck in that pileup. And matter of fact, our municipal transit system was one of the systems that helped pick people up from that and help get them out and into safety.
We had heard from one of the captains with Ottawa County saying that there was this cooperation among multiple communities to make this possible. Just hard to think about responding to more than 100 vehicles, with almost half of them being semi-trucks, but happy to hear that. Mayor, back to the snowmelt system. It's fascinating, and I think when we spoke last year, maybe it was the year before, I don't know, time kind of blurs after about a year. The season doesn't always, I guess, benefit you in Holland, Michigan, if you're a fan of snow, but this year, boy, has it. How's the snowmelt system performed?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. We're able to melt an inch of snow an hour at 20 degrees, and that works really in our favor. It's a beautiful downtown that we have, and it's a real boon for our residents. It's a boon for our shops, and runners and walkers alike love to come downtown Holland and enjoy our normally dry and clean streets. They're not that there today because we've had an unusual amount of cold weather, an unusual amount of snow this week, but we're hoping that the system's going to be able to catch up over the next couple of days.
And, you know, I'm from Michigan, and I've been to Holland. It is beautiful, over there. Yeah. Gorgeous, amazing, and what you're doing is incredible, too. And obviously, I mean, with 18 football fields, not 15, 18 football fields of coverage, what are the plans to expand the largest system in North America right now?
Yeah, we have our own power plant, and we've only used about 30% of the capacity that we have. So with every new municipal project that we have, we look at the possibility of expanding the system throughout the downtown area. It is an expensive system to be able to put in, but once it's in, it's really not that expensive to be able to operate it, because what we're using is waste heat from the power plant. We bring the water in at 95 degrees that enters the system, and it comes back out at 75 degrees and goes right back into that power plant. It turns that into electricity and then runs right back through the system again.
It's fascinating that you had said at 20 degrees, it's 1 inch of snow per hour. I think I heard that correctly. And to have this sort of closed system where you're able to use that water over and over again, it just loses some of the heat. Is there, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mayor, I think that this has been around in the city since the late 80s.
Absolutely.
Is there a way to improve it? Maybe make the water hotter so that when we have temperatures in the single digits, it can melt 2 inches of snow.
We actually have smart bricks. We have bricks throughout the system that have little cell phones in them that if they get too cold, they're able to send a signal back to the power plant to be able to send more water through the system to be able to build it up and get more heat to different parts of the system to be able to build up that heat to be able to provide more snow melting capacity.
That we are living in the future.
It's so
That's
cool.
what I was hoping to hear.
It is so cool to hear about this stuff. I love it.
Interesting, though, when you talk about possible expansion, I will say this winter's not been too friendly unless you're a fan of the snow, then you would have loved it in Holland, Michigan. Thank you for joining us again this morning, and glad to hear that all good after that 100-car pileup just to y'all's east. Appreciate your time. Michigan,
hey, thanks
Holland,
for having
Michigan
me.
Mayor. Yeah, no problem. Nathan Bocks joining us. Take care.